Good day and welcome back to the channel. Today we got something a little bit different. We're going to talk about what I would do if I were to do it all over again and some of the equipment I would use. And as you can see behind me, it'll be kind of the last time you probably see the Tahoe. Again, one of the pillars of the channel is using the things you have already on hand, i.e. this girl who seems to have found some work to go do, so we'll let her go do her thing. This is new to us. This is our dump trailer, 5x10 Southland. We'll go over that. And the R15, which you've seen before. We'll go catch up with the truck and see what she's after. So now that we've finally caught up with the truck and she's decided, she wants a break, we'll go over the whole point of this. This is not a new truck. This is coming up on a 30-year-old half-ton Tahoe. As you can see, it's a full-size SUV. Everybody claims in this category that when you're hauling an excavator or a dump trailer or anything like that, that you need to have a full-size, rigged out to the nuts, 1-ton, 3/4-ton truck. You don't. You really, really don't. What really counts is what you put behind it. That is what really counts. And we'll go over that in a little bit here. But again, this is just a half-ton, 6-bolt, 4-wheel drive, 5.7 liter V8 powered Tahoe. Yes, it's beautiful. She's in great shape. It is a Z71, which is nice. Got a nice interior. Having a nice office space is great, and it's easier to clean. However, it's still an old truck that was long paid for. And that is the biggest thing. You can work on it, parts are cheap, and insurance is cheap. All things to consider when you're looking at a vehicle to pull your little excavator or your little compact track steer around. Things to think about. We'll go look at the trailer. What makes this special? Alright, so getting back to what I said. Trailer. It's what you put behind your full-size SUV or your pickup that makes the difference. I started with the flat deck. That's because that's what I had. This has recently come on board, and I will tell you, this is the ticket. This is where you should start. If you have the opportunity to pick up a dump trailer, absolutely do it. Don't question it, just do it. Now, this is a 5x10, so 5-foot dump bed, 10-foot length dump bed. Roughly, if I were to guess, she's about 14 to 15 feet from the very end to the very tongue. So this turns sharp. This has a electric up and down pump under here, as well as a trickle charger here to keep your battery charged. Fantastic options. A little solar panel on top of the box, also a fantastic thing. This, again, as you can see, this is a Southland. This was built in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. For those of us watching from Canada, awesome. I love buying things that are made here in Canada, especially in this province. That's a big thing. Going some more features of this thing. Obviously, it's a spare, but you're seeing, if you're looking, it's a 6-bolt. Now, we'll come on to the back here and we'll decipher this graphic. Okay, this label here. I have no idea what the S and L stand for, so carry on. But the 510 here is the 5x10. So if you're looking at these trailers, that's how to figure them out. The 10K, for some, this is pretty obvious, but if you don't know, that's 10,000 pounds. So 10,000 pound worth of axles. So a 5,000 and a 5,000. Thus the 6-bolt, but there's still a 15-inch tire. That makes this, with its trailer tear of only 2,000 pounds, capable of putting 8,000 pounds in the box, or the bed, or dump bed, whatever you want to call it. I would not do that to it. That is way too much. I would go no more than 6. But it's a trailer that can grow with your company. It can grow with your services while still being able to get into places. With its narrower width, smaller tongue, and smaller length, your sharper back lane corners, your tight areas, trying to get in between fence posts or gates, things like that, gives this an advantage. Gives anybody that owns this an advantage over them great big 7-foot, 8-foot wide, 90-mile long dump trailers. It allows you to get closer to site and get into places that just make sense, especially with having a half ton. One of the other advantages of this as well is the brakes are so big on this trailer, they will fully bring this trailer to a stop loaded and not stress out your truck. That is a big thing. Keeping safety in mind. This is way overkill for a half ton. Even your new half tons are only rated to 7,000 to 8,000 pounds. Now that varies by tow package and other disclaimers and whatever, but we're not going to get into that. You can read your door sticker and figure that out. We'll go around the back, and around the back side of this unit here, it's barn doors. So you pull up on here, open the doors. We'll leave them closed for now. This also comes with the ramps underneath, so 2 ramps. Clearly we have our 1.5 ton machine in the back of this trailer. The ramps handled that quite well, and loading it was really easy. The other features that this trailer has is this right here. You pull her out, drop her down. It's a stability jack for unloading and loading your equipment. Great feature. Not something I rarely seen from 5 years ago on trailers. Unless I was under a rock, and that could very well be possible. But carrying on. As you can also see, it's a full LED package. Most trailers come standard with that now, and I really appreciate that and enjoy that because it lightens the load on the charging system of your truck. With the barn doors, sorry bouncing around but going back, with the barn doors you have these keeps right here. Maybe we will open one up just to show you because I do really like this. Nice and stable. See that? So when you got this up in the air, because this does lift 45 degrees up in the air, and we'll show you that, you want these doors in place. This is a great system. Now, because this trailer is brand new, everything's a bit stiff, but they are greasable, and as you can see, they've been greased, maybe a little over greased, but I'll take more grease than not enough grease. Give this a quick close for you. Just like that. It's that easy. Now this does have a built-in tarp system, which we'll show you once the machine's on the ground and out of the trailer. And that brings us to the conclusion of the rear of the trailer. So before we put the box in the air and show you that this is truly a 45-degree dump angle, which makes offloading just about anything fantastic and easy, one more feature is where these rails are. You can adjust your ramps anywhere you need, which makes this all that more handy, especially for those with the narrower track steers and the narrower excavators. Opens you up to more possibilities. Okay, so back at the front of the trailer here, we said we'd throw the box up in the air and show you this. So we'll do it all in real time for you so you can see how long this takes. Open this up, grab your tethered controller. Now I like the tethered controllers because then there's always connectivity to the trailer. You're not worrying about the wireless signal or the cold or the heat or whatever interfering with it. Also, these trailers come with enough tether that you can be super lazy like me and sit in the cab and with your arm out the driver's window and pretend you're a super trucker. Class 1 guys, don't hate me. Don't. No. Respect to you guys. So here we are, real time, box in the air. And there it is. That took next to no time. Now, this is empty, so add a couple seconds more for load. But that's effortless. Couldn't be happier with that. while we have the box in the air, one of the things I mentioned earlier, and I'll go over again, is service points. All of the pivoting areas have grease points. I love seeing that. It's just like your mini skid or your mini excavator. It's serviceable, which longevity of the trailer, all the pins, and just somebody thought about this, and I appreciate that as somebody that likes to do maintenance on their equipment. Also, the frame rails are nice and beefy, nice and sturdy, easy access to the electric brakes if anything were to go wrong, and all the wiring is internal. It's in these channels. That I love. Keep it out of the dirt, keep it out of the salt. It allows you to run it year round. You can be, a little rougher with it if you needed to. Wouldn't recommend it, but hey, you do you. And the last feature that I really do enjoy about this is this bar right here. There's a post there. It flips up and you lower the box onto it so that you can do your servicing, and it's a safety keep. Again, another feature about, the oversized brakes and that really lend to the safety factors this trailer has, which at the end of the day, if you don't go home from doing a job, it was all pointless. But we'll put her back down, and that's that. All right, so we're going to start wrapping this up here. We've rambled on long enough about things. This is looking for a new home. Love to see her go to somebody that would like to take care of her and cherish her like we do and whatnot. But for this is an example of what you can do with a full-size SUV that's got a proper frame rail and a proper driveline, proper towing setup, keeping that safety in mind, for a business. You can do it. Here it is. Look at this. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Anybody be proud to see this roll up to any job site. Now, your truck doesn't have to be perfect. We have some, beaters in the fleet. We're not going to lie. But even those trucks, we're proud of them too. Again, it's what you got. But where it really counts to me, personally, is back here. And how you get this is up to you. There's many avenues. I'm not going to sugarcoat this, not going to lie. I'm comfortable saying it. Both the trailer and the piece of equipment are financed. Hey, sometimes you got to borrow money to make money, and that's all right. This was long paid for. That's more of a bonus. Now, getting back to the financing on these, the trailer is financed through one institution, and the machine is financed through another. I reached out to the company that financed the R15, and I asked the question, would you be willing to package trailers and equipment together for future customers? And the answer was a resounding yes. He was all for it. Thought it was a great idea. Kind of wondered why nobody asked for it previously. Not many people do. So I'd like to spread the awareness that you can do that. And I'll link up in the description on who financed the R15 and who said that they would be able to do that for you, so you can contact them directly. Now, that all being said, I would really like these to be in the same loan and the same payment. It'd make my life a lot easier. So I stress, please go do that for yourself. Take the confusion, take that load off your mind, and simplify things. Life's complicated enough as it is. Well, we're going to end there. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Subscribers, people that comment and like, much love to you guys. You take care out there and stay safe. See you on the next one. Well, hey there. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. Appreciate that. Good to see you. While I was editing the video you just watched, it came to my attention that I missed some very critical points and didn't really explain why I wish I would have had this set up in the beginning. So we're going to do a part 2. We're going to follow it up with that information, with those answers. And, well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you there. Oh, hi, Frey. Hi, Frey. Oh, there's a good distraction. There's a good distraction. Come here. Yeah. Oh, hi. Oh, yes. All of the love and the stories and the noise. Oh, you're such a character. What would I do without you, huh? Keeping me in line.